There you go.
Y'all gotta come back and hear the word, sisters. Y'all Israelites.
We got a question.
What's good?
So all of the 12 tribes are most dark skinned.
Well, what's your nationality?
Russian.
Russian? You could be Jake too.
That's a Caucasian.
Huh? We gotta try the spirit by the spirit. Cause I don't know if you know this, but before people like Vladimir Putin got there, we ran Russia. You heard of Ivan the Terrible? Huh? You heard of Ivan the Terrible? You wanna know why you never heard of Ivan the Terrible and you were Russian? Cause he was a nigga. Right? You ever heard of Saint Maurice? You know why you never heard of Saint Maurice? And you were Russian? Cause he was a nigga. Right? You ever been to the Orthodox Church in Russia? Huh? What type of images do you see of Jesus? What Jesus is like in the Orthodox Church? A nigga. You can say it. You wanna know why? Because we used to run Russia. That was the last place that we lost, actually. One of the last places. We lost it around the same time we lost England. So if you have a descendant that was one of our forefathers, you could be a Jake. But if you're not, yeah, like a son of Jacob. But if you're a descendant of Esau, though, the people that went and took Russia, you're going to be our slave for the rest of your life after Yahushua comes back, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's why he allowed us to go into slavery, right? Because we went into slavery. Get Leviticus chapter 26. What's up, Gad? Shalom to the Gadites in the building, the Northern Kingdom in the building. What's up?
What Bible is it?
It's a King James Bible. You ain't never gonna read this Bible. You wanna know why? she said, I ain't never seen all this. Look, the reason you ain't never seen all this, one is because look, the Bible you was reading probably wasn't the King James. I mean, all the Bibles say Holy Bible, but only one of them is actually holy. You understand? Right. You know what holy means? Holy means separate, right? So, huh?
I didn't know.
No, all of them have been edited because the people that wrote the book didn't speak English, right? So for them to be put in English, they had to edit it. But
why he say if you edit or
he said if you add on to the word or take away, meaning like if I said John 3:16 says God so loved the world, right? But if I changed it to God so loved me, who we gave his only begotten son, that would be changing the word, right? So that would be me doing something that's against the scripture. But for them to just write what was supposed to be said, but they write it in a way that's acknowledgeable to the people speaking that language, then that's not rewriting. That's just transliterating.
But how do you know that one?
Well, we know this was transliterated because
Transliteration from the Hebrew.
get the Wisdom of Solomon prologue. What I tell you, hold? Yeah, read. Damn.
y'all ever been to Russia?
I've never been to Russia, but I plan on going within the next 2 years. If Putin don't blow up the earth by then. Because you know Magog is gonna start World War III.
Putin's gone.
Well,
Putin's gone. It's just his twin.
oh, it's his twin? So he got a clone too? I thought he was the one doing the cloning, bro. Is it? And if you start to spy the statue,
Like you seen that movie,
21. Hold on a second. Read that prologue right quick. Let me look at this.
I forgot.
I gotta find it.
It's like
I watched some movies.
This is the prologue of Sirach.
Heard you rep on my pops now.
Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
okay, so what is that you read?
It's the Bible. That's
Okay,
also
y'all
part
got
of
different
Started
Bibles.
verse 28. All right, look. So this right here is called the Apocrypha, right? It's Latin for hidden things. The white man, after we got out of slavery, they had to take certain things out of the Bible to stop us from finding out who we were, right? And from finding out what the Most High God of the Bible really feels about the people of the world, right? These 14 books that they took out of the Bible tell you exactly what they don't want us to know.
Oh, so
And they
y'all
match up.
reading what's not in the Bible.
We're reading the complete version of the Holy Scriptures.
original Bible.
This is the Holy Bible. And this is the King James Version 1611 that has this book in it, right? When King James made this book, or had it comprised, I should say, because he didn't make it. When he had it comprised, he put this Apocrypha in it. So it has all these books, right? This one Bible is both of these put together, right? So the problem is After the 1800s, they took this Bible and separated it, and now they don't give you this. Now the church tells you not to read this because they don't want you to know what the Bible actually means.
That's right.
Right? Because certain people are not part of the church, so they can't get what's in the Bible. But for the church to make money and to keep making millionaire pastors, right? Then they got to teach a universal doctrine that involves everybody. So therefore, they have to take these books out the Bible because these books tell you that the Bible ain't for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? No, I mean that one does too, but they could they could manipulate it with just this book, right? They can't do it with both of them put together though. So let's get this right here. This basically is telling you that we went through slavery for a reason, right? And that's what I was trying to get you to understand earlier. The reason we went through slavery is so that the Most High could show us basically what his wrath was for not fearing him, right? But it's also like a trying period to see who gonna be tough enough and who gonna be really with him to come back. He already knows who that's gonna be because he knew us from the womb, right? Before he made us, right? So, and he made us prophets unto the nations. So he already know who the 144,000 is. He already know who the 1/3 is gonna be. The whole thing is, it's still a test. You're still living out your life. You're still living to see who you're gonna be, right? Because that's what we're out here for. We're living to, basically, we're walking through the steps of the test that he put out for us, right? Trying to see if we're gonna pass or not. We're like it's already ordained whether we're gonna pass or fail, right? But we're trying to see what's gonna happen because we don't know for sure. So read Leviticus chapter 26 verse 28.
The book of Leviticus chapter 26 verse 28.
Bring it out.
Then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury, and I, even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins.
Right. So that's what the Most High has been doing. He's been chastising us 7 times for our sins, for walking contrary unto him. You understand what I'm saying? Because we haven't been listening to him. We haven't been following his law, statutes, and commandments. So he's just basically doing whatever he wants with us. But really, he's letting other nations do whatever they want to us. Because in the book of Deuteronomy, which is the book that basically tells you about our curses, right? We were put in a situation where we have to serve all our enemies, right? And we have to go to them for once of all things. That's why even folks like Jay-Z that got money and had clothing lines and stuff like that still had to go to the white man to get all the textiles for the clothing line, right? To sell to us. You understand what I'm saying? Because even with our own stuff, we don't really have our own stuff. You dig what I'm saying? So, go ahead, continue.
Verse 29. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons.
Right. That's something that happened. That's a curse in Deuteronomy. We got sieged in a siege, basically 70 AD. We got locked up in the temple, right? The Romans came and conquested us. That's actually how we got to West Africa. In 70 AD, those of us that could escape, it tells you this in Luke chapter 21, right? Starting at verse 12. Yeah, or is it Luke 21:20? Luke 21:20. I had a damn dislike. Yeah, so basically in that book it tells you that we were locked up in the temple. The Romans came and they besieged us. Those of us that could escaped to the mountains and ran to West Africa, South Africa, North Africa, right? Or the Middle East. And those of us that couldn't got trapped in there, and our food supply was cut off by General Vespasian and General Titus. You understand me? Who are real people you could go look up in history that actually took over Israel in 70 AD. So it matches up perfectly what the book of Luke is talking about, right? So that's how our people got to West Africa. That's why I told you you're not West African, or you're not African, period. You're not an African American, because our people aren't from Africa. We migrated there.
What is it?
You smell? That smells like vanilla incense. Oh yeah, this is Babylon to Timbuktu. To prove it to you, there's a historian, right? This is Rudolph Windsor. Is that his name? Yeah, Rudolph Windsor, right? So he's a black man that went throughout the Middle East and Africa searching for where we actually came from, and he spoke to rabbis, he spoke to people that are esteemed, what do they call them, imams in the Muslim community and all this type of stuff, right? To find out our actual history. And this is what they told him.
That's the book of Babylon, from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespucian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
So those are the two people I just mentioned to you, right? General Vespasian and Titus. And just like I said, it's 70 AD, right? 70 years after Jesus Christ died, we got taken over in Jerusalem.
With great slaughter.
And they destroyed us with great slaughter.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
And some of the atrocities that were committed against the residue of the people, residue meaning the remaining people that got trapped in the temple in 70 AD, was what the brother just read, right? Read that part again about us eating our children.
And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons,
Right, go ahead.
and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat.
Right. And that's because they cut off, like Vespasian and his son Titus, they cut off our water supply and our food supply, and it got to the point where, that's why the scriptures say in Deuteronomy that it would be a terrible thing for the women that are in travail in that time, right? Because, it will end Revelation, because it was like it's, the Most High's curses are cyclical, meaning they go in circles, right? So some of these apologetics and these Christians will come up to you and they'll, like, try to ask you questions like, if Deuteronomy 28 was written during the time of Moses, how do we know it didn't happen way before you guys got on the boat in 1619? We're not saying it didn't happen. We're saying it happened more than once, because the curses are cyclical, right? It says they're going to happen throughout our generations. You understand what I'm saying? So that means as long as we're on the earth, as long as we're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, any of these curses are liable to happen to us.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is a curse that happened. We started eating our children.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
So it was estimated, right, that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa after 70 AD. So that's letting you know that the Jewish people that are living in Israel right now, them crackers, they're not the real Jews. They're frauds, right? Huh? Just like a way to say that? Every time I see him, I'm gonna say something about some crackers, man. I hate you crackers, bro. Alright, but look. So go ahead.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
So it said that 1 million of us fled from Roman persecution and slavery, right? And we ended up running to Africa. So that's what happened. That's how your people got to Africa. That's how we know that we're not West African. And the same thing, there was dispersions before this happened, which is how we got to places like Russia, which is how we got to places like England, because I got ancestors that are from England too, right? They're from the
I got one question. Okay, where do white people come from?
white people. Let's read Job chapter. Hold that. I ain't finished.
I want to know that something.
Job chapter 30, start at verse 5.
Just get out here and just take over everything. So I want to know where they came from.
She said, I want to know where white people come from, right? Well, the Bible tells you everything.
Somebody
Man.
told me came.
Yeah, right. They called themselves that, right? There's a name they give themselves called Caucasian,
Yeah.
right? You know what Caucasian means?
When you call them
Do you know why?
my papa was saying.
White folks know definitions of words. The word Caucasian means cave dweller. That's why when you look at the Geico commercials and you see the caveman, it's never a nigga,
They trying to tell you something.
right? Because they know that the caveman was only a white guy.
That's why they got the commercial.
So, and they came from the mountains of Russia and Germany. That's why I told the brother
That's where they
that
started
like if his spirit bears witness. Yes, that's no. That's not where they started from. They come from us. They're our brother.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. They're like the evil twin from the cartoons. You know what I'm saying? The evil twin, always ugly, and he looked different. That's what Esau was.
Like cannibalism.
I ain't gonna say they was born cannibals, nah, cause
Like that, like,
he had the same parents as us. You know what I'm saying? So he was eating the same things we was eating at the dinner table. But as he got older, the first place that Esau ran to was a mountain. It's called Petro Rakmu, right? It's in Jordan.
why do you think they got that?
There you go. Why you think they got the hills have eyes? Because that's where they come from. And you know what? The same way that them people look, that's what they used to look like back then too.
No, I just want to know where they
Said 30.
started. I know they
Hold up though.
It's the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 5.
Actually, drop Leviticus. Let's get Genesis, bro. Cause she asked, like, you might as well teach, right? Just hold it for a hot second. Let me show her that the white man actually come from the same womb as us.
I'm high, but I know.
I got you. I was high when I found out about the Israelites too, believe it or not. And guess what? Now I'm teaching. So, it is what it is. Huh? Yeah, Genesis 25, started 23. Genesis 25, started 23.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So the her is Rebecca, right? There's a man named Isaac and a woman named Rebecca. They're the people that they're basically the grandparents of the parents of our forefathers, right? They're our ancestors, forefathers. You understand what I'm saying? And foremothers. Okay? So this is how the white man, this woman, this her is the mother of the white man and the black man, right? The mother of the Native American, Hispanic, all the 12 tribes, and the white man. Okay?
Okay.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right. So it says, it's like it. 2 nations are in her womb. Can somebody give me a bottle of water, please?
Okay, what about albino?
Look, hold up. One question at a time. We're gonna answer the white folks first, because albino people and white people ain't the same. Albinos are black. They just lost their melanin.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
Right? So
That's all.
white folks don't have melanin. Well, they do, but very small. Throw the water out.
That's why they get sunburned.
Yes, exactly. Because melanin protects you from the sun. That's why the people in Israel we know aren't from Israel, because they're dying from sun cancer. Right? I actually cut grass for a living, right? And one of the people I cut for is a Khazar, a fake Jew, right? So he basically told me just last week, "Oh, Eric, I can't go to the." I just gave you my government name. He said, right? So look, he was like, "Hey, bro, we can't I can't go to Israel right now. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand out here and watch you cut the grass either." I said, "Wow, what's wrong?" He was like, well, I went to the doctor last week and they told me I got skin cancer." I said, "How'd you get skin cancer?" He said, "I got sun poisoning." I was like, "What?" What? You got sun poisoning? You know what I'm saying? So white people are dying from a natural source of the earth. You wanna know why? Because this book that they took from us, that they took out the Bible, 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 54 or 55, tells you that the earth was made for our sakes. So everything on the earth, including the sun, was made for the 12 tribes of Israel. So if you're not in the 12 tribes of Israel, you're liable to get burnt. Right? Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
He an idiot. He said Jesus for all people. He an idiot.
And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So now Rebecca had twins in her womb. You understand what I'm saying? She had 2 people. She had Esau, which is the white man, and Jacob, which is our forefather. Right?
Okay.
And the first came out red.
Right. The first came out red. So we called him the white man, but in actuality, are they white?
Irish.
Huh?
Irish.
Irish ain't white. They just really pale.
No, he had red hair.
Huh? The Irish look like Esau. The Irish got red hair. And you know why they're called Irish? The same way the Jewish people are called Jewish. Same way English and Scottish people got ish at the end of their name too. It's the same thing I told you about your folks, right? You know Russia used to be Russish. Yeah. No, I'm playing.
And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment.
Right, so it said the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, right? What the caveman look like? He wasn't no caveman, he ain't hairy enough. That's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's either a son of Japhet or he's Jake. I don't think he Caucasian, bro. He wouldn't be standing here that long, bro. All this shit it's like all this stuff I done said about white people. Come on, bro. Huh?
They gonna cleave, bro.
Hey, it's too early for them to cleave, bro.
They be on the internet cleaving. They be cleaving hard.
When they cleave, it's either let's beg forgiveness cleave or let me kiss your feet cleave. It ain't let me sit here and hear what you saying cleave. Right? This is a spiritual thing. Y'all have to realize that. Can't judge everybody by the skin. Can't call no man unclean. Huh? Huh? Monkeys? They the real ones. Yeah. Right? Yeah. We taught the white man how to bathe. It's English history. That's why it's only in England. Because they don't want us to know about that junk over here. All the Negroes is over here, right?
And they called his name Esau.
And the red hairy dude that came out her womb first was called Esau, right? And Esau means wasted away is he. So that's why they have no melanin, right? That's how you know it was the white man. The name Esau in Hebrew is wasted away is he. As in, like when you leave a black shirt out in the sun, or like outside, you let it rain for a couple weeks and stuff, what's gonna happen to the shirt? It starts to fade, right? The color gets wasted away, right? if we're a person of color, right, and then we just start to fade away, it's talking about our skin color, our complexion. So if we at some point had color, the color starts to fade away. Now you become like a, fluorescent, pearlescent, clear color, and that's basically what they is right now, right? Some of them could tan, but the Irish people, like you mentioned, they're basically clear. You feel me?
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
Right. And check this out. You saw that it said something about his brother, right? But it didn't mention his brother's skin color. Hey, y'all get the sister bottle of water for Chicago.
You got the cotton mile.
Yeah.
She got the cotton mile.
Yeah.
That's all she got, the cotton mile.
Elijah, you shouldn't have said that, bro. You wildin'.
And his name was called Jacob.
Right. So they didn't mention Jacob's color because he looked like everybody else on the earth. You understand what I'm saying? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I hear you.
Alright, try to make sure.
And Isaac was 70 years old.
Isaac was 60 years old when he had these two kids, right? Yeah, men get sperm till they die. We could impregnate you till we 100 years old, homie. Y'all the ones that stop reproducing. We keep it going.
When she bare them. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man.
Right. Says Jacob was a plain man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I was trying to tell the brothers and sisters earlier, right? We don't like to be sitting outside in the sun all day, right? Jake just naturally don't like to do it, right? Don't matter what tribe you from. Even Issachar don't even like to be out in the sun all day. And they the dang ass, right? So it's like, what you have to understand is this. We like to dwell in the tents. That was a gift, that was a blessing that we were given, right? Something that is a natural characteristics of somebody from the 12 tribes of Israel. So you naturally know that if it's a place in Atlanta, as stinky and dirty as this place is, that we could just sit down outside and chill out, we ain't got nowhere else to go. That's why 5 Points look the way it look, because we ain't got nowhere else to go. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We as a people, I'm talking about, black people, blacks and Hispanics, the folks that's out here in poverty right now, they ain't got nowhere else to go. It's because of the conditions we was talking about earlier from slavery, right? The trauma that they have passed down in their brains from slavery that eventually made them or led them to whatever vice that ran out all their money and put them in a position that they're in right now, bro, where they ain't got nowhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? All these people out here, the majority of them, I could bet $100 that they all ran to a vice and that's why they ain't got no money. Their vice was either alcohol or weed or crack cocaine or something that they couldn't afford. They could have been a woman or a man, right? So they have those vices because of certain things that happened to them throughout their lifestyle or throughout their lifetime, and it's also past trauma from things that happened to their family members throughout their lifetime because those things get passed down throughout the generations, right? So generationally, everything that happened to my great-grandfather, I'm experiencing too. Everything happened to my grandfather, I'm experiencing too. Everything happened to my father, I'm experiencing too. That's why they got that saying, the apple don't fall far from the tree, because it literally don't, right? All those experiences, all those traumas get passed down through generation from generation. So that's something we have to keep in mind too. That's it on Genesis 25. So I just want to prove to you that they do come from the white man. Now we're going to show you that they do also come from the cave.
It's the book of Job.
I mean, they do come from us. I said that wrong. The white man does come from us, and they also come from the cave.
It's the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 5. They were driven forth from among men.
There's no such thing as mixed.
There is a such thing.
There's no such thing as mixed.
So
You are the seed of your father.
So when a black person have a baby with a white woman, it's mixed.
No, it's not. Because the baby is still black. The baby goes by the seed of the father.
Okay.
Check it out. Bob Marley is a cracker, and Mariah Carey is a nigga.
Prove me wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Because Mariah is black because of her dad. No, Mariah has a black dad. It goes by the seed of your
My
father.
mama is black.
Your mama don't matter.
Yes.
It don't. Look, check it out.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
I ain't write the Bible.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day.
Hold up. Let me ask you a question. Why when he said it, you believed him, but when I said it, you ain't believe me?
He's a Caucasian.
Oh my God.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. and they declare their pedigrees,
Their what?
their pedigrees,
Say it again?
their pedigrees.
You know what pedigree is, sister?
That's a dog.
Ha! Hey, look,
That's the name of
sister,
the dog.
sister. Damn. All right, look.
Commercial pedigree.
Yes, I have a dog that eats pedigree. Okay, but look, it's called pedigree because pedigree is a word that means your like nationality or ethnicity, right? So your pedigree is the people you come from, right? So it's telling you that if your dog eat pedigree, it's trying to say that you're just gonna be eating some good food because pedigree say that they got good food. That's all they're saying, right? So your pedigree is who you come from. So it said that they come from they assemble themselves by the what?
And they declare their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So they assemble themselves by the house of their fathers because they know that that's what their pedigree is. That's where they come from. So to give you an example, what I tried to give the idiot earlier that he didn't want to listen to, if you look at these plants back here, right? The ones that are dying behind me, huh? At some point they were alive, right? Or completely living, right? When they were put into the ground, when they were put into the ground, there was a seed that was planted, right? Into the soil. You understand what I'm saying? Sister, you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep her attention. I can see.
Thing. My bad.
So look. So look, if I plant this seed into the ground, right? Say I plant a rose bush seed into the ground, right? What type of plant is supposed to sprout? A rose, right? I ain't supposed to put no rose bush plant and I'm gonna get a daisy, right? That ain't gonna work, right? I ain't supposed to put no rose bush plant and I get some blue orchids, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, if a white man put his seed in a black woman, that baby is white. You listening to me? If a white man put his seed in you, you having a white baby. You understand what I'm saying? Your baby not mixed. Your baby's a cracker. You understand me? It's gonna grow up with the mannerisms of a cracker. He gonna shave his face like Al Sharpton, or he gonna wear a beard like Judge Joe Brown.
I want a bitch.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's how your kid gonna live life, right? If you was to get, now say you was a white woman and you got with a black man.
I'm glad.
I'm just telling you.
Keep going.
I'm just telling you. If you was a white woman and you got with a black man, that baby would be black because it's based off the seed of the father. You understand what I'm saying?
Like my little girl, she got good ass hair, but I don't know where it comes from.
Good ass hair is wool, homie. Well, what you thinking is good hair is like that Brazilian wavy you got right there, right? Huh? Good hair is wool, man. Good hair is what Jesus got. Yeah, well, it wasn't Joe's when it came off the horse, though. Go ahead.
Shut up.
Just saying. We gotta get back to. Hey, man. Look. You gotta love to learn. Look. You have to learn to love your natural self. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to get it to a certain.
You trying to get to a certain leaf, right? I feel you. Do a protective hairstyle though. That look like a black girl hair. You know what I'm saying? My rib does hair, bruh. She can get you right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You don't need no white girl hair in your head when you the skin complexion you is, man. You know what I'm saying? Assyrians are not here no more. People not supposed to look like that.
They look like clown. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
that's the Hannah Montana 2.0.
Mexican hair?
Ain't no
Is you a Mexican? You know, Mexicans naturally ain't supposed to have hair like that.
Why not?
They supposed to be like us. They on the chart.
Oh yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's
Do you know what tribe you from, or what's
based on your dad. You came up just in time. It's based off your father. So what's your dad? Huh? Like what ethnicity is he? What people he come from? What your papa kinfolk is? You understand me? Come on, bro. Huh? Judah? So you American black? You feel? You from the same tribe as Christ. You was little sister. But you ain't gonna make it to heaven if you don't come back to the Lord's commandments. He gonna kill you.
That's right.
You don't believe me? I said Jesus gonna kill y'all if you don't come back to your Lord's commandment. He gonna kill both of y'all. He might meet both of y'all right here in the same spot. He hop off the chariot and just cut both of y'all necks off and put them on a bucket.
Why got to be me up in here? How you know I ain't on that?
Well, I ain't saying that you ain't, but I'm saying
both of us.
if you come back tomorrow and you look like you look now, y'all both gonna die.
How I look?
How you look? Give me Zephaniah 1 and 8. Yeah, I know. Y'all both gonna die with them biker shorts on. Y'all ain't gonna have no biker ride with them biker shorts.
I ain't gonna be able to. Everybody in the way. I know I ain't got no job. You can't get them.
I know.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8. And it shall come to pass.
It said it shall come to pass, right? This ain't no joke, sister. It's gonna happen.
In the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
When the Most High sacrifice come to pass, right? The sacrifice was Jesus, right? The man you call Jesus, whose real name is Yahweh Shah. Hold up, just let me finish. Hold your peace. So, because this is for you too. This one scripture is for y'all and y'all biker shorts, okay? So, look. Yeah, y'all and y'all biker shorts. Alright? So look, it said that it shall come to pass. The sacrifice is Jesus died for our sins, right? But it's only certain people's sins he died for. Okay? He died for the sins of the Israelites, right? So, and we're gonna prove that. Get Acts 5. Just hold it right quick. Hold on a second, let me finish. It wasn't made by the white man. King James, this is King James Bible. I can show you a picture of King James from a book called Russian Icons. He's a black man. Let me explain it to you. Just hold up. Let me explain it. Because what the white man has done, they put things in the women's department that was never made for women. And our women don't do research. We stupid. Right? So we just wear whatever they put in the men's department that got clearance on it and say 15% off and we buy it. Right? That's it. So go ahead. What had you Alright, hold on.
Zephaniah.
Hey. Y'all. Hey, look. Y'all keep the attention. Keep y'all word in here. I'm trying to show y'all something, right? You ain't gonna get the kingdom of heaven if you don't learn this.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Said he will punish the princes and the king's children. For those of you that don't know, the princes and the king's children are the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people. We were chosen to be a nation of kings and priests.
What do it say about the strange? How do you know
what strange apparel? We gonna bring that out right here, right? Still be asking the right question. You know what I'm saying? She wanna know about them biker shorts. She said, I ain't taking these biker shorts off. Yeah, no. Hey, look. And then we have multiple examples to show you what you're supposed to look like. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The women shall not wear that pertaineth unto a man.
Read that again.
The woman shall not wear which pertaineth unto a man.
You're missing a word. Read that one more time.
The women shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So the women shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, right?
Okay. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Come on.
For all that do so are an abomination.
Now give me dress modest. Give me dress modest. Google it if you don't know where it is, because I done forgot. I done went blank. I'm about to tell you something. 2 Timothy 2. Yeah, that's it. So look, that says that the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man, right? Okay. And it says that a man shall not wear a man's garment. So what it's telling you is, let me ask you a simple question. Both of y'all. This is both of y'all. Hold up. No, wait, just let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. It's gonna tell you right here. The proof is gonna be in the pudding. I promise you. I ain't ask you no trick questions. All right. Look. When you look at the bathroom, right? You trying to go to the bathroom. You trying to find out what bathroom you're going to. How do you know which bathroom is for you?
The W.
If it don't got a W and they got a picture, what you know?
Woman.
Huh? No. I said a picture, not no words. If you got a picture of it.
Like she got a little skirt on.
Right. And you know the man bathroom because what? He ain't got the skirt on, right?
Okay.
So let me ask you this, right? Exactly, because he got legs, but the girl got legs too. You think you funny? Check it out, sis. She funny, bro. Look, check it out a little bit.
I wear skirts, but not.
I'm gonna explain to you why y'all supposed to have on a dress, okay? It's very simple. First, before I explain it, I want you to look at the examples, right? Look to your left. Look at the multiple examples to your right. You see what they got on? How they all dressed? Modest, looking beautiful, right? Okay, so look. Now, what you have to understand. The reason that these women have on dresses, you see, Icarab with the flashing lights and the arrows right there. Ding, 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 ding. Right? You see the emojis? Huh? Alright, so look. What I'm trying to tell you is this. We have laws that the Most High has given us, right? And we're the people that were put above all people on the earth. We have certain laws that were supposed to make civilization better, right? The reason you see people in India, women in India wearing dresses all the time, the reason you see Muslim women always got on dresses, the reason you see Buddhist women or Asian women that are keeping their laws that ain't trying to be American that got on dresses is because that's the universal garment for a woman based on her body parts, right?
Okay.
I don't know. Just hold up. That's irrelevant. We ain't worried about that. We ain't Muslim. We ain't asking you to cover your face. I ain't asking you to do that. None of our women got their face covered, right? They head is covered for a specific reason. Get 1 Corinthians from me. We're going to explain that, but one question at a time. All right. So look, the women have on a dress because what y'all gotta have for the pants ain't connected to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Look, let me explain something to you, right? I'm gonna explain something to you. I'm gonna explain something to you. If you got a man thing right here, then you ain't what we thought you was.
Like the little print right
You know what I'm saying?
What you doing?
Just saying.
You ain't got that.
I'm just saying. If you got what a man got, then you ain't what we thought you was.
I'm saying.
This is Atlanta, so you got to be careful and ask questions.
I was trying to explain.
I'm just telling you, don't say no stuff like that. Because if you ain't no woman, I need to just be talking to her about this. Because you ain't supposed to have on a dress. All right, so, all right, so, okay, all right, good. So, before we get on the hair, hold up.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me explain it, sister, I'm teaching. Look at me, look. Men have a zipper, right? The Bible tells you that breeches, which is pants with zippers, were made for the priest, right? Because we used to wear garments like this, and if we didn't have no pants on, we'd be walking up the steps and you could just see all our stuff just hanging, right? Brothers don't want to see that. You understand? It's against the law for us to be homosexuals. We don't like looking at balls. You feel what I'm saying? So, Most High made us pants. You understand me? And what the pants have is something called a zipper. You know what the zipper's functionality is for?
Yeah, the zipper.
Huh?
Nah, pull something out.
Right, thank you. We go to the bathroom and we don't have to unbutton our pants and sit on the toilet. You understand what I'm saying? We walk up in there, we whip what we got out, and then we use it, and then we zip it back up to do something else. But not what you need the zipper for. I'm asking what's the functionality of the zipper specifically, right? What I'm trying to tell you is, unless this is America, don't catch you slipping, homie. Unless you not a woman, you ain't supposed to have no zipper. Because you ain't got what the zipper's for.
When it's cold outside, it's winter.
There are
When
women
it's
jeans.
They still wear skirts.
You heard of slaves, right? Your ancestors was picking cotton in dresses. I'm just saying, your ancestors was, well, I'm telling you, your ancestors was, if you look at any of the pictures that you saw when you was, every February when you was in school and they taught you Black History Month, if you was looking at their pictures back in the 90s and stuff,
They got on dress.
you know what I'm saying? Them sisters had on dresses and bonnets, just like you see our sisters got on right now.
That's cotton. That's summer.
I was born in 95. I seen the pictures. What's up, sis?
What pictures? Let me know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is you breaking the law right now, sister.
Those women,
Yeah, go ahead. What would you say?
I get what you're saying. So you said it's easier for a woman to pull her dress up and use the bathroom.
What I'm saying is y'all have body parts that need to breathe, right?
That's true.
And you can't breathe in no pants. No, we don't get used to fixes.
I was on the outside. We don't get used to fixes though.
Hear what I'm trying to tell you. Look. You said me neither, but you one of a kind there, homie.
I thought it was two kids.
I'm just saying, right? There's what's the word I should use? There's extra heat that you're accumulating in those areas that you're not supposed to have accumulated in those areas when you wear pants or any type of garment that doesn't leave you the room to breathe, including biker shorts. You understand what I'm saying? So, bruh, but oh my goodness. Look. Check it out.
I'm not being funny.
If you clean the whole time though,
You can't incentive for that.
if you clean the whole time, it's less to clean, right? Things is better for you. You can still catch yeast infection if you had on pants all day and you take a bath. I'm sure every girl that got yeast infection in her life took a bath.
No.
Right?
The girl that got yeast
I'm sure they was taking baths while they got the damn yeast infection.
The ones who don't
wear dresses don't have yeast infection.
The ones who don't do
Hey, have y'all got yeast infection since y'all stopped wearing pants?
I don't have yeast infection.
I'm just saying, bro.
I just can't believe you just did that.
Yeast infection is from when you have an excess of bacteria that builds up in parts that ain't supposed to be there, right? Right?
When you don't keep it
I take sexual education class. I know what that junk is. But what I'm trying to tell you with this though, sis, look, sis, listen. The bath is not enough to keep that bacteria from building up. You know what I'm saying? Because look, just listen to me. I just gotta break this down to it right quick. Look. No folly. Look, check me out. Look. When you go to the doctor for yeast infection, right? They give you antibiotics. Do they tell you don't take a shower with these antibiotics because you don't need to?
They say don't have sex. Or do they say just take a bath?
But that's what I'm asking you though. Do they give you the antibiotics? Do they just say, oh, you got yeast infection? Just go home, get you some good old soap, bro, and just take a bath. No, they don't say that. They have to give you antibiotics. No, hold on. I ain't gonna let you hold on. They give you antibiotics to flush out the bacteria because your bath wasn't doing enough. That's how you got the bacteria built up in the first place. And I'm trying to tell you, wouldn't be no bacteria to build up if you have on the right garment. That's what we're trying to say. That's the whole purpose of the woman wearing the dress, right? Because y'all main goal is to reproduce on the earth, right? What's the first thing you said to the doctor tell you when you got yeast infection? Don't have no sex. So that means if you got yeast infection, you can't fulfill your main duty on the planet, which is to help us repopulate the earth so that the seed of Israel can continue to be a seed of that can't be measured or numbered, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Read that again. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Trouble for this, like, mom, I can say this, bro. I'm the only brother that can say this and not get in trouble, bro.
What about blouses?
Huh?
What about blouses?
I gotta keep it real while I can, huh?
This is a sin.
Yeah, this. Hey,
Yo, I can tell you got nipple piercings.
who got the First Timothy? I asked for the First Timothy, the modest apparel. Somebody grab that, the modest apparel, because she needed it. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Timothy. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
All right, so it says our women have to adorn themselves in modest apparel. You know what modest apparel is? Modest apparel is apparel that doesn't show all your body parts. The reason why? Just let me explain it. No, actually, you can see a lot. What I'm trying to say is, I can see every goddamn thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look at your eyes so I don't sin. Because it's a sin for you to walk around down the street like that, and brothers is looking. Bruh, let me explain it to you. I corrupt. If you see a woman walking down the street, you married. I should ask you that question. Chris.
Now I ask you, I want to know.
I ain't gonna lie myself. My girl can listen. She on the phone. So look. It's a sin for a man to look at a woman and have sexual thoughts.
How? Are you a man? That's
Cuz, let me explain it to you. Look. If you got a boyfriend or a husband at home and you walking, or I'm just saying, if you got one and you walking down the street dressed the way you is right now, another brother look at you and he try to do something to you, he's taking that other brother's woman, right? He's violating that other brother's woman. So I'm trying.
Keep walking, he ain't
He can rape you. You can keep walking if you want. He can do whatever the hell he want to you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But I'm saying if you dress in modest apparel, 99% of the this is Atlanta. 95% of the time, the brother's not gonna think no crazy thoughts about you, right? If you dress in modest apparel. There is that 5% that just can't help themselves. They can't see nothing in your dress and they still gotta say something. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is that 5% that's still gonna say something to you. But don't worry about that 5% because you following the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
If you dressed in modest apparel, that's all you gotta worry about, right? And I guarantee you gonna have a man too. Because believe it or not, brothers like it more when that girl is able to walk out. Yeah, but is your man gonna stay with you though?